Unless you've been in a coma for the past few decades, you're no doubt aware that there's a worrisome epidemic afflicting millions of people all over the globe. That epidemic is obesity, excessive weight that leads to physical and mental health problems that affect quality of life. The latest buzz is about belly fat, which is the term that has been coined to describe abdominal obesity. The common occurrence of this phenomenon is clearly evident to the most casual observer on a bus or in the shopping mall. In fact, the words belly fat have become a sort of battle cry of health professionals and nutritionists who recognize the dangers lurking behind all that fat. Excessive weight in general, and belly fat in particular, have all sorts of negative effects on your body, your heart, and even your brain. Increased weight means an increased risk of developing heart problems, type 2 diabetes, inflammatory diseases, and cancer. Looking at the big picture, a larger waist circumference can lead to a shorter life. As much as we try to fool ourselves with lame excuses, the principal cause of this problem is pretty clear. We eat too much. But it's more than that. Many of the foods we eat are poor sources of nutrients. In our quest for foods that are convenient and tasty, we often forego the right kinds of foods that we need for a healthy life. We have become a society that tends to eat whatever we want, whenever we want, wherever we can get it. Then one day, something happens. We step on the scale, or we see our reflection in a mirror, or we can't get our jeans on. And we think, oh, choose your favorite expletive. It's time to do something. And the first thing that comes to mind is the D word, diet. But now there's another problem. In the late 1970s, the USDA recommended a low-fat diet, and that seems to be just about the point at which the rate of obesity began its statistical climb. In cutting down on fats, people began to consume more carbohydrates, which stimulate insulin levels. High insulin levels actually make people gain weight, rather than losing it. That was the opposite of what the USDA intended. When the recommended low-fat diets didn't produce the desired results, more diets began to come out of the woodwork. We went from the low-fat to low-carb to slow-carb, Atkins, South Beach, Zone, Mediterranean, all liquid, all vegetable, all fruit, all raw, and so on, and so on. Companies like Jenny Craig and Nutrisystem also jumped on the diet bandwagon, and SlimFast and AIDS developed products to help in the weight loss effort. The results were mixed. Many of these diets were successful with a lot of people, but many were not. That's the thing about dieting. What works for one person won't work for another. Finding a diet that's perfect for everybody has just not been accomplished at this point. That's why diet books continue to be hot items in bookstores and libraries everywhere. One refrain that seems to prevail among all the diets is the question, what can I eat today? With all the calorie counting, fat counting, carb counting, etc., we often find that our daily choices are limited. But what if there were some days where, instead of saying, what can I eat today, you could say, what will I eat today? It's not just wishful thinking that you would be able to eat whatever you liked on a diet. With intermittent fasting, it's a reality. That doesn't mean that you'll be wolfing down giant portions of ice cream and French fries at will. With intermittent fasting, there will still be some restrictions. The difference is that you will not be restricting what you eat, but when you eat. And not only will you lose weight, you'll also become healthier in the process.